Hey guys, welcome back. This is Sean with Hocus Brocus. A couple quick updates for you. First one, I'm sure you can see right here. I did get myself a microphone. I believe this is the Comica CV30. Anyways, this is probably a mid-range microphone. I think I picked it up for $39.99. A lot of people that I've seen reviews on these for were saying they're pretty much on par with the Rode VideoMic Go. Honestly, it's very similar. It does have the low pass filter, and then you can also bump the sound up by like 10 decibels if you're in an area where you need a little bit more sound. Honestly, it's been working pretty well. I like it. It is a shotgun mic, so you know, it helps. It does come with a dead cat, which does help. You know, it still picks up a few things, but it does sound pretty good, especially compared to the onboard mic. Now, one of the other things you will notice is over here, this is a tablet. I can show you basically what it's viewing right now is my view screen. My camera does not have a flip out view screen, so this is my kind of my alternative. This is plugged directly into my my camera, and then I have an app that lets me pull this up. The great thing is there are a bunch of buttons to where I can actually play around, I guess, with some of the settings. I can start and stop the recording, take still shots, things like that. I can also zoom in, so if I want to show you guys something, I can sit here, press a little button, and get it to zoom. And oh, my battery's low, so it's not letting me do anything right now. But yeah, so if I needed to do anything like that, I could. It's pretty nice. Now, as far as the other portion of this update, as you guys I'm sure have seen from the Instagram, I did get my car back on the ground. The suspension was a little wonky. It's got camber. Both tires are cambered differently. The toe is messed up. They're towed out, and it's probably a good like 4 inches too high. Now there's a couple problems here. One, both my camber plates are set the same, but the camber is different on the tires, so I can probably get them pretty well even. Problem is the camber plates are going to be off. I know it's not a big deal, it's kind of their point, but if your suspension is set properly, they should be about the same. The problem is the actual coilovers I have on there. I bought them, they were supposed to be S14 coilovers. They are not at all. The camber plates that were on them, the bolt pattern was not Nissan. The only thing I found that's similar was, you know, Subaru. I don't know if they were Subaru or not. I do know that the little flange down at the bottom that connects to your knuckle on the S chassis, that's about like 1 1/4 inch wide. On the ones I got, it was only 1 inch wide. So it caused some problems. I did get them to fit. I did make them fit. Obviously, I already had camber plates on my car, so I was able to reuse those. However, the problem that I'm running into now is after I took all that time to get them to fit, they are as low as they can go without compressing the spring. Now these are already very, very stiff coilovers, and there is no movement at all. Like, I got up, stood on the cross member, and jumped on it, and I had the tiniest bit of play. So at this point, I'm just calling these things done. This is my second set of coilovers that were not what they were, you know, sold to me as. First set were a pair of Jick Magics that he said were unknown condition, but they looked good. They showed up and the struts were completely blown in them. I mean, they just flopped around, and I'm like, there's no way he didn't notice that. You know, especially when he went to go package them, they just were flopping around. Unfortunately, those, well, they did have, you know, the inserts in them. Jick uses essentially the smallest insert made. They have a special, like they make their own. I found one set that can go in there, and they're $350 a piece. I might as well buy a new set at that point. That's what I did. I found a set for, it's pretty cheap. Essentially they're just some basic coilovers, but they do have the dampening, adjustable dampening on them, so I will be able to adjust for the car. Obviously running the light chassis with that motor, I might need to adjust some stuff, so that'll be nice. They do come with rears. It might be something where in the future I have thought about doing this, converting my rear over to S13 as well. These Corollas are notorious. If you switch to a coilover system in the rear, it was not designed for that, so the basically inside where they bolt up to on your wheel wells, a lot of people start to get issues with stress cracks or braking. I wasn't too worried about that. You know, the people that seem to have that issue tend to see a lot more rust in there. My car's pretty good, but I will probably cut that out, box it, and basically set it up for the S13 stuff, and that'll be nice. That way I do have adjustable dampening in the rear. So at this point, you know, the weather is pretty gross out. Yesterday was okay, but unfortunately I couldn't do anything on the car. I was spending time with my wife. It was her day off. So Friday is supposed to be decent. I might try and get out there and do a couple more things. Coilovers it says they're supposed to be here on Friday, but when I check the tracking number, it's coming FedEx, and it shows that it's not going to be here till Monday. So I'm not sure, because I have two different systems that the one in FedEx hasn't updated really. It shows that they took it, but it's still showing the date from before they actually received the package. So we'll see from there. Anyways, other than that, I can't really do much on the car, honestly. I kind of need to wait for the suspension to get fixed so I can get that all adjusted. I might try putting the motor in there. There's a couple small things. I can put the starter in on the motor, make sure that I can get to the bolts easy enough if I drill the starter holes out. I think I explained this in the last video, but essentially the transmission is threaded for the starter, and my starter is threaded as well, and that's just because I'm using the D21 hardbody transmission with the KA. So different setups. So unfortunately, trying to drill through the transmission, well, that looks like it's going to be easier to put the bolts in. I have to drill through roughly 1.5 inches of material. I'd have to go find long bolts to go through there. If I can get to the bolts easy enough on the other side, it'll be really easy to drill through the starter. The other benefit is that I don't have power steering set up on this car, so I should actually be able to access that starter pretty easy from it. So where most people have an issue getting to their starter bolts due to a lot of that stuff up there, I'm hoping that I'll be able to just get to it, and that way it'll actually make it easy. If I ever have to replace my starter, the majority of my stuff should be out of the way. I don't have a huge header in the way. I won't have power steering, nothing. So I'm hoping that's going to be something that works in my, in my favor. We will see. Other than that, I still have a few things. I might work on this. You guys can see I still have the panhard bar here. This bronze bushing, I need to essentially sand it down. The outer diameter was supposed to be 3/4 inch, and it's just a tiny bit bigger. So the inside of these are just, these are 3/4 inch. This is not. So I'm probably going to put just put a bolt onto this, run it through here, tighten it up, and then probably chuck it up into my drill press and just take my grinder to it and grind it down until it fits inside this hole. The other thing is, one side of this, whatever side I decide to choose, needs to get drilled out just a tiny bit bigger, because the panhard bar mount on the rear ends is actually just a little bit bigger than 3/4 inch. So I will have to find a way to kind of set this up in there, get it drilled out. I'm pretty sure I need a bigger drill bit. I don't have one that size. So yeah, I mean, just a few things going on. Hopefully Friday I might try and make it out to Nissan Fest. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the weather's supposed to look like. We will see. If I do, I'll bring the camera, probably take some pictures, and maybe I'll do a little bit of video, try and get that posted up. If I do some video, expect to see it on the channel. You know, I do want to say first off, you know, thank you guys. I think I have like 7 or 8 views on this, on my first video. You know, I appreciate it. I got 2 followers already. I don't plan on this being a big channel. It's just for fun, you know. Like I said, I spent 40 bucks on this microphone. Everything else, I could have spent money making, you know, buying a new camera, or, you know, getting some external screen set up, and instead I just used what I had around, and it's just for fun, you know. I'm doing this because I want to, and I enjoy it. So again, I appreciate everybody that's kind of watching these, and you know, things like that. So it's makes me happy, and you know, heck, if I get 10 followers, I'll be, you know, the happiest kid ever. So once again, I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Again, hopefully Friday I get some stuff done and I have some more content for you. So, alright, thank you guys.